This video is brought to you by MailClickconvert and Automailer. Sign up with the link in the description to get special discounts off your monthly plan. Hey, welcome to Cold Email Mastery. My name is David.
And my name is Arnie.
And in these videos, we're going to be discussing everything that you need to know in order for you to be successful in the cold email marketing space. Let's begin. The first thing we need to discuss is what exactly is email marketing? Now, by definition, email marketing is the act of you sending out a commercial message towards a group of people via email. But there are two types of email marketing. There is your cold email marketing and your opt-in email marketing. And yes, in these videos, we're going to be mainly focused on the cold email marketing aspect, but it's very important for you to understand the difference between cold email marketing and opt-in email marketing. So cold email marketing is basically you sending out an email towards a group of people who do not know who you are. They're not expecting to receive that email. A good example of these are usually like sales emails or lead generation. You're promoting a brand or promoting some content. That's usually the different types of cold emails that a lot of email marketers do. While in contrast, opt-in email marketing is you sending out an email to a group of people who know who you are. They're expecting to receive that email. A good example for this are newsletters. We sign up for newsletters every day, and when we sign up for a newsletter, we're essentially granting that newsletter the permission to send us more information or more updates regarding that newsletter. And it's not really tied to newsletters alone. It could be like I am a company and have a bunch of clients whom I send out emails on a weekly basis, updating them with a new promotion or a new product. That's still essentially what opt-in email marketing is. Now, for cold email marketing, there are different variations specifically for volume. We have your bulk cold email marketing. We have your normal cold email marketing. And then there is your email automation or drip campaigns that are involved in cold email marketing. I'll be discussing the pros and cons of each different variation, but before we do that, I want to first talk about a couple of terminologies or email marketing jargon, which will help you properly understand as we go along. So the first one is deliverability. Deliverability is basically, was this email successfully delivered to the recipients? Did it get delivered? That's what deliverability is. Another jargon is inbox placement. If that email was delivered, where did it land? Did it land in the inbox? Did it land in the spam folder? Did it land in the newsletter folder, etc.? So deliverability is, was the email delivered? Inbox placement is, where was that email delivered to? This is very important for you to understand if you're talking about statistics and how your campaign is performing. Deliverability and inbox placements are very good metrics or key factors in order for you to gauge whether this campaign is successful or not and how you can optimize it as we go along. Now, for bulk cold email marketing, this is now again sending out thousands of emails per day. The pros for bulk cold email marketing is obviously your reach. You have a very big audience. You're casting a very wide net. And if you think about it in sales, the more numbers you crunch, the better chances of you of actually getting a sale. And that is similar to how bulk email marketing works. You're really crunching in numbers, trying to generate some sort of ROI based on the volume that you're sending out. Those are the pros for bulk cold email marketing. You have a very wide reach. You're casting a very wide net. Now, the cons for bulk cold email marketing are deliverability and inbox placement. Since we're dealing with very large sends, sending out very fast on a daily basis, you're going to be affecting the deliverability and inbox placement of those emails. And this is just how email marketing works, specifically for cold emails. If you're sending out very large volumes of emails, you're going to be affecting the way those emails are being received by your recipients. In order for you to understand why emails will most likely go to spam if you're running a bulk cold email marketing campaign, is you have to understand how these platforms that offer bulk cold email marketing are able to offer bulk email marketing. So basically, platforms that offer bulk cold email marketing have their own mail server to send from. That's how they're able to cater to very large sends. Sending out normally with your Gmail email is not possible to send out. You're not able to send out like thousands of emails per day, right? So they have to have their own mail server to send from. Now, how does that affect deliverability and inbox placement? Because your recipients, ESPs, email service providers, let's say for example Gmail, they can take a look at this email that's being sent to them and see the reputation of where this email is coming from. So it takes a look at the reputation of this mail server and sees the reputation. It knows how many emails are being sent out per day, per hour, and it will then decide whether to put this in the inbox and or the spam folder. Now, don't get me wrong, there are so many other different variables that come into play. There is the time that the email was sent out, how fast the email is being sent out, the email copy itself, the subject line, are there any spammy words that are in their email? All those will put into one equation, which Gmail will then decide whether this email should land in the inbox or the spam folder. So going back to the scenario where you're sending out, let's say for example, I have a list of 1,000 Gmail email addresses. This is my contact list, which I'm going to be sending out my bulk email to. And I send out 1,000 emails in 30 minutes. Gmail can take a look at this email and see, hey, this email address that's sending out from this mail server sent to me 1,000 emails within 30 minutes. Obviously, they'll gauge and see whether is this an organic send or is it coming from a third-party platform. And most of the time, since it does not look organic, Gmail will decide to put these emails into the spam folder. And don't be frustrated or don't be worried if you're running a bulk email marketing campaign and you're doing a test and it ends up that your emails are actually going to spam. It's perfectly normal. This is the reality of bulk cold email marketing. Since we're dealing with very large sends, again, you are compromising how emails are going to be received by your recipients. So as a recap, bulk email marketing, its pros is you have a very wide reach, you're casting a very wide net, you're crunching a lot of numbers, you have better chances of actually getting a sale. But the cons are deliverability and inbox placement. A lot of these emails are going to end up in the spam folder. And that's just the reality of bulk cold email marketing. Now let's talk about just your normal cold email marketing. Let's say, for example, I am a freelance graphic designer and I reach out to maybe 5 different companies. I send an email to their HR asking if they have any opportunity or openings regarding some freelance graphic design work. That still essentially is cold email marketing, but it's not on a scale as bulk. You're not sending out thousands of emails. The pros for just your normal cold email marketing is, yes, those emails are most likely going to land in your recipient's inbox. The cons are, it's a bit tedious to do. Imagine if I'm reaching out to maybe like 50 different companies. I have to send out that email again and again and again. And the reality of cold email marketing is you're not just sending out one email. You have to send multiple emails, like a follow-up email after a couple of days to check if they saw the email, etc. So your pros are, yes, those emails will land most likely in the inbox, but cons, it's a bit tedious to do. Now, the third variation for cold email marketing is your drip campaign automation, your drip automation types of campaigns. Now, usually these type of platforms do not have their own mail server to send from, unlike the bulk cold email marketing aspect of email marketing. So these platforms, how they work is you essentially connect your actual email address to the system, and the system will use that email address to send from. So pros here are obviously inbox placement and deliverability are going to be great. But the cons is, since it's using your actual email address to send from, you're again limited to how many emails you can send out per day, because each email service provider has a specific limitation on how many emails you can send out per day. Example, I use my Gmail email. I sign up for some email automation tool. I use that Gmail email to send out a campaign. Gmail only allows you to send out like 100 emails per day. So I can only send out 100 emails per day. So pros, inbox placement is going to be great. I can automate my entire follow-up process. There's no tedious work in manually sending out a follow-up email to my recipients. But the cons here are you are limited to how many emails your ESP or email service provider actually allows you to send out on a daily basis. And it varies. There's some SMTP type of emails, like a work email, where you can send out 300 emails per day. But your commercial Gmail, Yahoo usually only allow you to send out around 100 emails per day. So pros, inbox placement is going to be great. I can automate my entire follow-up process. Cons, I'm only limited to how many emails my ESP allows me to send out. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions as to if cold email marketing is legal or not. Now, just to set the record straight, it is perfectly legal to send out cold emails.
Thanks, David. Hi, everyone. My name is Arnie. And yes, David is absolutely correct. You can send out cold emails to your unsolicited contact. However, you need to follow the CAN-SPAM Act. So what is CAN-SPAM Act? So the act was passed in 2003. It states the requirements to be followed in sending B2B and B2C messages, commercial messages, which basically covers cold email marketing. Now, as long as you follow the guidelines of stipulated in the act, the email that you will be sending is completely legal. Now, to avoid complaints, the first thing that you need to avoid is deceptive headlines. So, as long as you are true to yourself, the message is not phishing, you're not fooling anyone, then you're complying to the regulation, to the CAN-SPAM Act. Second is, which is very, very important, you need to provide your receivers a very clear opportunity to opt out. Now, I believe you've been seeing a lot of emails which has an unsubscribe link below. That is in compliance to the act. So as long as you provide that to your recipients, your email is completely legal. Now, of course, when you provide that opportunity to your recipients, you need to act out immediately once you receive an unsubscribed request. So for me, to state an example, the moment I receive a notification that a set of people are requesting to be removed from my emailing list, I immediately remove them from my campaign, because I don't want to be tagged, or I don't want to receive any CAN-SPAM Act complaints. And of course, I want to establish my integrity in sending out my campaigns in my emails. Now, next is, of course, you need to be very clear about your identity. This is the reason why you need to include your company name below the unsubscribe link. For me, I include that in my footer. That's one of the things that I included in my checklist. I need to have that in all of my campaigns. This is just to provide transparency for your receivers if they receive your email. who is sending this, or like, why am I receiving this? What company is the sender of this email? Things like that. And lastly, be responsible for what's sent in your details. Again, just like what I've mentioned earlier, as long as you're not fooling anyone, you're not phishing, or you're not, doing any illegal act, you just want to increase brand awareness and whatnot, it's basically legal. But you also need to be very responsible in everything that you have posted in your email. For example, it's a promotion or whatnot, or a discount. So if someone replies and is eligible for the discount, or for the promo, of course you need to provide that to that person. So there you go. That wraps things up. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. More of this in the future, and for the next one, we'll be talking about what the best platforms to use for your cold email marketing. So please don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.